بسم الله الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي أما بعد. Allah says in Surah Mu'minun, أيحسبون أنما نمدهم به من مال وبنين نسارع لهم في الخيرات بل لا يشعرون. Do they think that just because Allah is extending to them of wealth and of children, of the adornments of this dunya, that He's hastening goodness for them, that now they are being favored by Allah? بَلْ لَا يَشْعُرُونَ. No, they are not perceiving, they are being blind to the truth. إِنَّ الَّذِينَ هُمْ مِنْ خَشْيَةِ رَبِّهِمْ مُشْفِقُونَ. Those who are of khashiyah, awe and fear of Allah, they are afraid of Him, they are afraid of His punishments. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِآيَاتِ رَبِّهِمْ يُؤْمِنُونَ. Those who, when it comes to the verses, the ayat, the signs of Allah, they believe in it. وَالَّذِينَ هُمْ بِرَبِّهِمْ لَا يُشْرِكُونَ. Those who, with their Lord, they do not associate any partnership. وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتَوْا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةٌ. Those who give, whatever they give, when they give with a heart that is fearful. Fearful of what? أَنَّهُمْ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ رَاجِعُونَ. That they are going to be returning to their Lord. أُولَٰئِكَ يُسَارِعُونَ فِي الْخَيْرَاتِ. Those are the ones whom Allah is hastening good for. وَهُمْ لَهَا سَابِقُونَ. And they become of the forerunners. Those who leave everybody else in the dust when it comes to good deeds, righteousness. Aisha radiallahu anha asked Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam this verse, وَالَّذِينَ يُؤْتُونَ مَا آتَوْا وَقُلُوبُهُمْ وَجِلَةٌ أَنَّهُمْ إِلَىٰ رَبِّهِمْ رَاجِعُونَ. Is it referring to the sinner, the alcoholic, the drunkard perhaps? And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, no, it's referring to the one who fasts. They do their salah, they do all of the righteous deeds that they can do, but when they do it, they fear that Allah will reject it because perhaps their intention wasn't sincere enough. Perhaps there were shortcomings in that deed, and they are fearful that Allah will reject that deed from them. Therefore, they do even more deeds to cover it up, to make up for any shortcomings. It's the same thing for when we do our farad. We do our farad salah, we do sunnah after that, and we do that sunnah to cover up for any shortcomings in the farad salah. The very same way when it comes to Ramadan, when it comes to any of our good deeds, we do it with a heart that is fearful that, acceptance is not guaranteed. Only Allah knows who He is accepting from and who He is rejecting from. We all want acceptance. How do we attain or get closer to acceptance? Is that we have to first and foremost realize that even if we are in the month of Ramadan right now, there is a chance that our Ramadan may be rejected by Allah, and He will do whatever He wants. Right? فَعَالٌ لِمَا يُرِيدُ. Nobody can stop Allah from doing whatever He wants. يَغْفِرُ لِمَنْ يَشَاءُ وَيُعَذِّبُ مَنْ يَشَاءُ. He will forgive whom He wills, He will punish whom He wills. Nobody will be able to stop Him or even say anything or even complain. So, when we are fearful of our deeds being rejected, because of that quality in itself, Allah says, أُولَٰئِكَ يُسَارِعُونَ فِي الْخَيْرَاتِ. Those are the ones who Allah hastens goodness for. Because of that fear in the heart, Allah sees and knows of that fear. He, with His permission, allows them to do even more good deeds. وَهُمْ لَهَا سَابِقُونَ. They become of the forerunners. As Allah says in Surah Waqi'ah, وَالسَّابِقُونَ السَّابِقُونَ أُولَٰئِكَ الْمُقَرَّبُونَ. The forerunners, they are the closest. Those are the ones who will be closest to Allah. There's two types of sabiq. The first is the sabiqun al-awwalun, the first people of Islam, the Sahaba, those with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And the second is the sabiqun bil khayrat, those who beat everybody else when it came to good deeds. And the only reason they were able to beat everybody else is because they had this fear. They were of the mushfiqeen. They feared rejection from Allah. Now that the 27th night is ended, what makes you so sure that your Ramadan has been accepted? Has Allah sent it down to you, given it to you in writing now that you're sitting at home, not going to the masajids anymore? Something to ponder over. Laylatul Qadr may be tonight. Are you going to be sleeping? Are you going to be awake? Are we going to be still trying our best when Ramadan ends? Are we going to be celebrating Chandrat, with Hizb Shaitan in those places, with blasting their music and everything? Or are we going to be crying to Allah to accept the effort that we put into this Ramadan? Ramadan is not over yet. And like how they say, it's not over until it's over. And so do not become lazy just yet. Continue striving. Continue striving and do the best you can. Did you know, this is the final thing, and then after we'll end on this. There is a special blessing when the people become neglectful of Allah. That when the people become neglectful of Allah, those who remember Allah, their rewards are multiplied. So if you look at the month of Sha'ban, it is known as the month of neglectfulness, of heedlessness. Majority of the people are neglectful of Allah. So those who fast or those who do good deeds in that month, their deeds are multiplied. And the very same is applied to the marketplace. It is known to be of the worst environments in the eyes of Allah, because usually in the marketplace it's just fitna, bribery, and cheating and lying and shouting and music. But then the person who remembers Allah in the marketplace, for example, when entering the marketplace, if you recite Kalimat Tawheed, لا إله إلا الله وحده لا شريك له له الملك وله الحمد يحيي ويميت وهو حي الذي لا يموت بيده الخير وهو على كل شيء قدير. He gets 1 million good deeds. He is forgiven for 1 million sins, and a house is built for him in Jannah. Just for saying that, for remembering Allah in a place where everybody was neglectful and heedless. So in this last few days of Ramadan, whilst many of the Muslimin, they are now becoming neglectful of Allah. They are now just sitting back. Those who continue pushing, their rewards will be multiplied even more. So who do you and I want to be from in these last few days, these last few hours of Ramadan? Those who may just, stay right at the back, or those who will be of the forerunners, being closest to Allah on the Day of Judgment. May Allah grant us benefit, may Allah grant us an understanding, and may Allah grant us the ability to not be heedless, especially when Ramadan is ending. As Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, actions are judged on their endings. Ramadan, we could have begun and maintained ourselves throughout Ramadan in a good way, but if the ending wasn't good, then we could have lost everything. So may Allah grant us an understanding. بارك الله لي ولكم في القرآن الحكيم.